area, we are ministry, so we are catechist, we are safopehin, we are software, we are bishop, we are moderator. You cannot do without this aspect of the ministry. You can be a specialist in New Testament. You can be a specialist in church history. But to be a minister or a caretaker or a church leader, whatever your area of specialization, we hear this skill in counseling because it falls under pastoral care. And pastoral care, say, so now utiminya merima wong. And we no film now, so already now me busy writing books, doing presentation at conferences. Into me nya kwanya amma unyan no anhwe won. One sitram we did near how won. Many say God will be happy with you. And today we're going to start the basic counseling, the basic skills in counseling. And I want to share the screen so that we can have the notes. But for just a minute.
All right. So whilst Papa is sharing the screen, as I said, we are live on our YouTube, PCG North America, Australia Presbyterian. Papa is the immediate past clerk of the General Assembly of the Presbyterian Church of Ghana. Again, Papa, as we know, is the immediate past president of the African Association of Pastoral Studies and Counseling, AAPSC. Again, Papa is a former Presbytery chairperson of the Aquapian Presbytery, one of the strongest presbyteries as far as PCG is concerned. Again, Papa is a former director of ecumenical and social relations of the national office, and many, many, many more we can't even talk about. So we are blessed to have him minister to us just the skills in counseling. Currently, Papa is a bishop in Australia. He's here with me in Australia, and we love to have him around. Papa, please, you are most welcome on your live on YouTube. God bless you.
So I'm working under the Archbishop of Australia now, with the Royal Papa, Reverend Ayete-Nyampong. And thank you for this opportunity to share some thoughts with you. And to say, American counseling is a major component of ministry. Everybody, irrespective of your area of specialization, ought to have some basic skills because it deals with human relations and how to help human beings solve relational problems or other problems that they encounter. And what we're going to do now is that I'm going to introduce you to the basic concept, what pastoral counseling is, and then the goals of counseling for this first session. And then the subsequent ones, we'll look at the skills you need to acquire and the processes of doing counseling. And then we'll do some practical sessions. Let's begin with a short prayer. Gracious Lord, speak to us in the mighty name of Jesus and by the power of the Holy Spirit. The Holy Spirit, who is our counselor, may he speak to us. In your name, we pray with thanksgiving. Amen.
Amen.
Brothers and sisters, they are starting. I will use both Twi and English. So being Twi, no, but I'll combine the two as I did yesterday. The question is, what is pastoral counseling? You may be hearing about pastoral counseling. You may be hearing about counseling. You may be hearing about other types of counseling. Say, via psychological counseling, clinical psychologists doing counseling, any educational counseling, or sports counseling, and so on. and you what industrial counseling, and you what chaplaincy, so counseling under chaplaincy, different type of counseling. But yeah, the friend of pastoral counseling, because it has to do with church. It presupposes that you're the one doing pastoral counseling, you have a background of some spiritual resources combined with your knowledge in psychology, and I would hear Juma. Unlike a secular counselor, on the psychology, no psychotherapeutic method, no, university, and open or the Juma. No mention of faith, because of a fan said, or the boy Yesudinia, Ebiana, who counsel, when you're a person of faith, not just a no crack distable mentally, until they will not mention anything about faith, Bible, anything. But we are coming from the perspective of church, When we are doing counseling, we're doing it in the name of Christ, in the name of the church also. And ours is pastoral. Pastoral means shepherding, part of the shepherding work assigned to leaders. And pastoral not stand for involvement of church and all the resources of church. I mean, resources of church and our spirituality, including Bible, your prayers, the Holy Spirit, everything that is spiritual to you, that you combine with psychology to meet the needs of a person. And the pastoral counseling is a unique form of psychotherapy, which uses spiritual resources as well as psychological understanding for healing and for growth. And you need a bit of some psychology and using skills, So I say you hear a bit of psychology, nanka just the spiritual one. And Kameka say, oh, munyina mo being did that. Until munya any tutorials be. But besides whatever spiritual gifts you have, besides all the spiritual resources, say Bible, you need some basic skills in human relations, in psychology, to be able to enhance the work you are doing. So,
what can I ask you? But you note way, and I pay attention, party. You note way.
Yo, remember notes, pay attention.
Okay.
Your understanding is a major way, but you can write down few things that will also help your understanding. Maybe just a short way, say, oh, counseling, but don't be writing all the notes. Why?
Okay.
You, Madam say. And now me can say, okay, apostles now. Paul was outstanding in the sense that he was someone who was a scholar. He had trained at the University of Jerusalem and University of Tarsus, and he has
Oh, David,
Hello, Papa. But maybe I okay.
Papa, no call off.
I'm saying the internet is slow, Kakra.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, it's I was have him. All right. Yeah, he will come back, please. Yes, whilst Papa is getting back to come, as he rightly said, you can just take some points, some key points you want to take with your own handwriting. That also helps you to as it is, understand the slides when they are given to you. So we hope Papa will be back pretty soon. Yes. Okay, he hasn't come, so you pray that you come. So yes, from what he's taught you now, what is counseling? What is counseling in one word? In a word, what is counseling? Because we are live on YouTube, we don't want to break a gap. So what is counseling, please? If we go home and a member of the church, comes to you to say, Papa, I'm sure for a counselor, how would you say it? A word, just a word to describe what counseling is about?
Papa, Prince Amwako, make us therapy.
Okay. Papa say a therapy. All right. Any other, please? Thank you. Thank you.
What's in here? Coaching.
Okay. There's a coaching. Okay. Coach Atufi, Atufi, right? Atukoyo, Atufi. Okay. Okay. All right. So, therapist.
Papa, I have another one. Healing process. Healing.
Okay. So that Papa Kofi is also Dr. Kofi. Dr. Kofi will also say is healing. All right. Any other, please?
Papa, yes, Papa from Pony, make I say guidance.
Okay. Guidance. The title when I'm the man. Okay, guidance. Okay. Your guidance from Pong. All right. And but your debut.
Make a spiritual resource.
Okay, and next spiritual. Counseling. Yes, you, Martin.
Dr. Yossi. Psychotherapy.
Psycho. Okay. Jonathan, but they identify dream. That's fine. The psychologist. Yo, very good. Any other?
Maybe Mrs. Psychotherapy.
Oh, psychotherapy.
Psychotherapy.
Okay. So I'm taking the therapy. All right. Papa Kojo.
Papa.
I think the network in Australia is going down. All right. Yes, please come. You to bring your mind.
Medina Dr. Yosin Kyle. Psychotherapy, Dr. Yosin Demikano Kai.
I see. Yo, say I'm
Dr. Wakabako, Naga Jabako, Mammy.
Next time, Meku.
Okay. Yo, and the one be named Kasaya.
Daniel.
All right. So, like said, I'm in a mechanical psychotherapy, and no get bisa. Na psychotherapy, look at it, what kind of kasa, and also in 2 words. In 2 words, explain psychotherapy. Because I have a boy idea. Yes. In 2 words, I know what I'm doing. In 2 words, psychotherapy. Psychotherapy. What is it?
Psychology combined with therapy.
Somehow that's what?
I said psychology combined with therapy.
Okay. So he has also used the word psychology. Then if you are telling me, we're breaking it down too. Okay. Any other? Still want to break it down? Want to still break it down?
It's a therapy of the brain.
Okay. He's also spoken to looking at how the brain can be broken down. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. They're looking at the cerebellum and the cerebrum. Okay, that's fine. Thank you. We are still coming home. What again? Still coming down. Coming down home.
Prince Amoako, therapy has to do with bringing healing.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. So Papa is here. So this is where you're able to help yourself. What we counseling? What do you know? Fa, what do you move your union? Fa, just what do you sound? And some move you so sound. We actually phobia counseling. All right, we thank God for bringing Papa back. In order not to break the flow, we have to do some few discussion about what counseling is about. So, Papa, please.
Thank you very much, Papa. So, if I can have the chance to share the screen. Yes, brothers and sisters, I apologize again. The whole electricity went off. So we had to reconnect and then give.
Please go ahead. You have it, please.
Yes, thank you very much. You're kind of fast. Yes. Yeah, and so basically, I'll give you these notes, but I'm just trying to explain that in pastoral counseling, we applied psychological skills together with our spiritual resources to bring about healing and growth. So to sum up, pastoral counseling is the process of using one-to-one or small group relationships in ministry, the underlining in ministry, to bring about healing, empowerment, and growth within individuals and their relationships. And in ministry, so you're secular there, clinical psychology is all more ministry, the don't use a Bible crowd. Now, what we are going to look at now is what are the goals? What are the things we aim at when we are doing counseling? Anytime a counselee appears, after the person has narrated his problem, you may realize that you need to tackle this goal or a combination of these goals, or you need to aim at that one, or the first and the second. They don't follow in any particular order, but the main 4 to 5 goals are the ones I'm going to share with you today. One of the goals in counseling is to bring about healing. And in counseling, when we talk about healing, we mean helping a person to overcome some impairment, any problem be ama was stuck, why you locked, now why you depressed, and now say ama yare. Yours is to help the person to overcome that impairment by restoring him to wholeness so that he can advance beyond his previous condition. And if I say our level 2, and depression be bad so, and through counseling, you help to restore the person to his former position so that he can then even move beyond the former position to a higher level, level 5. Then you have really given the person counseling that has led to his healing or her healing. And if someone comes to depression, and through your skills, or the bad skills, you rather worsen the person's state. And I just say you are not a good counselor. Yours is to help restore the person so that the person can now move on beyond his previous condition. So that is one goal in healing. Say you are crowd or the buyer, not through counseling in Paiboni or the it is expected that he can then move beyond his previous state, to a much higher level. That is where you can experience growth in the person. The next go, and so as I said, to me, look out, depending on the situation, is what we call sustaining. Sustaining is helping a person to endure his situation when total restoration is impossible, so that he can move on with life. And compare with healing, healing, you are able to help restore the person to his previous level, so that now he can move beyond that level to a higher level. But in sustaining, you cannot restore the person because restoration is impossible. Let me take the example. Yesterday, I shared the example of a widow comes to you. So, say, you cannot, through counseling, restore the husband back from the grave to come back home to be with the woman. Restoration may be impossible, but you can, through counseling, help the person to heal in her heart, or help the person to overcome that grief, so that she can now move on with life. Or go through grief. My life has come to an end. Enti onipa no wabobo ne nsa no ti ho. Adwuma kura on apply for a work. Enti ono sa no na just or sink it low. But through counseling, you can help the person, even though you cannot restore back to life the one who is dead. You can help the person move on with his life. It is our goal, sustaining goal. When the situation, restoration is impossible, you help the person to move on. But we have another goal also called guiding. In counseling, when someone comes to you and the person is at a fix, so he wants to decide between two alternative choices. In fact, guiding is helping a person to make a decision between alternative choices. And if I say Obiaba, no, I'm a citing example of lady be about her. I say, Nipa, my mommy, ask me pe, Baku ye so jenny, or you'll be or check my dear pa, because of call peacekeeping operations, be. To come back, no, I bring me gift, mobile phone, way. Back on so, what I say, my parents, so you're software. Or no, buy a bomb pie, you can't Bible near dear bomb pie. Me bomb me yere me bomb me papa ni mame amane no so software no yet. Also jani ko fa so jani abafia ha. Also jani de dan o be bobbo na we kunkura software de ne hojo. Software de anya de okọ ahini no mu a no na beko. Meanwhile, your love is in the soldier. So you are faced with Benkuma Nanifa. In that case, when that person comes to you, the goal that you aim at will be guiding. Guiding is helping a person to make a decision between alternative choices. And I'd like to stress here, say, you don't take the decision for the person. That is not your job. Your job is help the person, provide all necessary information, help the person to weigh the two choices so that the person is able to take a decision by himself or by herself. And in counseling, we don't advise. In fact, counseling is not the same as advice. Until people now advising, you are not doing counseling. In counseling, you help the person to take a decision. Why now you said that obetimi ahwe ache and now say financial soldier for, you know that say soldier for, I don't think all soldiers retire as 60. Ebi no okra at younger age, say be 40 kra no ya retire, especially junior ones no 45. Obebi say onipa your child, he buys you mobile phones and other things. When is the person going to retire? Or say 45. So after 45, will he still go on this operation and bring you mobile phones? He said no. When would the Osofo retire? At 70. So it means that you have more sustainability, more longer period of maintenance with the Osofo. And if you are basing everything on gifts there, then this one has a short span. But by 45, you have retired. So weighing the two, beyond the gift, what else do you want in marriage? Is I want peace. Looking at the soldier and looking at where about no bomb kind Bible, whose mind will be more on peace? And yours is to weigh the two, provide all necessary information so that the person takes a decision. So at the end of the day, you ask the client, what decision do you want to take now? Having been informed about all this, what are you going to do? What choice are you making? Let the person make the choice. The reason why you don't advise the person, far away, also for the whole also they need a journal, we are counseling here. Let the person make the choice. After you have provided, after you have guided the person. Because children say, kowari we mom na sikawa no ho kowari no on the obeshow. Na okowari na chi amani eba. Obeka say wo na wo chire wo directing no so on kosa amani enum. A counselor no, a catechist we na a catcher say me kowari anamenya we and say hwe me wie ye hwe ni ato me. He will blame you for life. And yours as a counselor is to guide the person. You know, sir, even in preaching, we don't force people. What's original? Believe in Jesus Christ. Koto na member Jesus. We preach the word, and God expects us to use our willpower to decide. So God does not even force us. And yes, I didn't here say be preaching because you started preaching. And so by this time, we by force. Because we don't need, but every Sunday we need to preach and appealing to people's conscience. The same way in counseling, you appeal to the person, you provide necessary information to guide the person. And the guidance in schools, in educational psychology and educational counseling, will rely more on guidance and counseling. We just want the guidance and counseling to guide students as they choose the kind of profession they want to enter in future after school, or the kind of subject they want to study. They guide, but they don't choose for them. You only have to guide. That is on guiding. The next one is reconciling. That is helping to reestablish a relationship between people or with God. When that person comes to tell you, sir, there's a strained relationship between the man and the wife, or the man and his brother, or the man and sister. That is broken relationship or strained relationship between people. Or I've backslided. I don't feel God with presence. It looks like I've sinned against God. And the counselor, please help me. And no, not just a relationship with God. You're helping the person to be restored. And the one aim of counseling, a taba in the congregation, is in the area of reconciling. This man and his wife, this chorister and the choir master having problems, this sister and another sister, this one complaining that people have gossip about her, and so she's no longer coming to singing band. Relationship, broken relationship. And then when you are doing that type of counseling, you are aiming at reconciling. It could also mean that you also have to guide until there can be a combination of one or two, but that is what you aim at. It is like a doctor, someone coming to a doctor. A doctor will say, I'm having some sore throat. I'm coughing. I'm cold. My temperature is high. Immediately, you begin to aim at a particular disease. Is it not coronavirus? So the test that you conduct is not a test for all diseases. You isolate. Go and do malaria test or coronavirus test. In Ghana, unya kaze mitia miya kona korokin, kona wopani. Tamo mofrano. The guy said, when I was even at Trinity College, we used to go to Achimota Hospital. That hospital was reserved for students. And there were so many students from different schools. Sometimes when said, even when a teacher is coming and he has given you assignment and you've not done it, so that nobody permission, so we are local hospital in those days, no. And the doctor, no, we had 10 people no admitting into his room, consulting room. Well, what is your problem? Oh, I have heard, malaria. Oh, what is your, within 10 minutes, no, a dispatch, be a co-op. And what I'm trying to say is that as a counselor, you should be able to, in your mind, as you listen to somebody's problem, no, begin to guess what the problem is and then focus on that area. And reconciling is helping to mend broken relationship between people and also with God. The last one, which scholars have added, is nurturing. Nurturing is helping people to develop their potentials, their gifts throughout the life journey with all its valleys and peaks and plateaus. It's just a lifelong counseling that you provide a person as a person goes through life. Until when the person is down, you encourage the person. When the person is up, you congratulate the person. You follow the person through, and only nurturing. Until when we talk about church life and nurture, we are nurturing people through their life from a Sunday school, JY, any youth, any YAF, any men's fellowship, any women's fellowship. All through, we are nurturing you. We are helping you to develop your God-given potentials as you walk through the journey of life. And these are some basic, said the main basic 5 goals in counseling. Now, I'm going to allow you to ask questions and let us discuss. It is very, very important. Every scholar, whether you have a PhD, you're a professor, you are a new person in the field of counseling, you need to understand these basic things. Having understood to say, pastoral counseling actually is different from secular counseling, because in pastoral counseling, we add the spiritual resources and then our psychological skills to help heal a person, sustain, guide, reconcile, or nurture. That is basically what pastoral counseling is. In the subsequent weeks, we'll be looking at effective skills that we need to employ and how to employ the processes of counseling, and we'll be doing some practical work on screen. We can ask someone, Mr. A and Mr. B. Mr. B, you are a counselee. Mr. A, you are a counselor. Monkasa on the screen. Can problem, not how this person will solve. We'll get through all that. But today we want to establish our understanding on what pastoral counseling is and the goals of counseling, so that anytime you meet with a congregation member and you are helping the person, you are not just talking keke, but in your mind as a professional, say, I am leading the person to this goal so that he will reach this level, either healing, so that he will be restored to wholeness and move on beyond his previous condition. Or I'm aiming at sustaining, because the way the person has been amputated, I cannot bring back the leg, but I need to help the person to accept the situation so that he can move on and even look for a job or advance beyond his previous condition. Or I have to aim at guiding the person so that he can take a good decision when I have presented all the necessary information to the person, so that he takes that decision by himself or by herself. In that case, let's just say he owns the decision. It's not you, the counselor. And to those of you, what's your problem? Oh, when the hell? Hey, 1, 2, 3, 4. We are not like doctors who just prescribe. Chloroquine. But you guide the person. Or reconciling broken relationship, and also or someone feels that he has a broken relationship with God, you're helping the person get back to normal relationship. Or nurturing, helping a person develop his God-given potentials in his Christian life as he walks through life from childhood to adulthood. Any question, Pacho, Afe, you're free to ask any question.
Pacho, maybe it's a question, Prince Amwako.
Yo, Prince.
Pacho, about guiding in a situation where presenting the choices before the person. Now, in your mind, you think choice A is better than choice B. However, you allow the person to make the choice and then they choose B.
Yes. And
you think B is not going to end well. Do you, as a counselor, just sit back knowing that Asambaba Debi, and how do you handle that?
Okay. You've asked a very, very important question. And that is why I said that you have to provide all necessary information. And when you know, say, B is bad, A is good, you need to provide more information of positivity for A. And then the information on B, also, Kakra Minim said, those who do this, it ends in danger, it ends in this, it ends in that. But, well, the choice is yours. I've shared all information, weigh the two. Because at the end of the day, you can't force someone to swallow a decision from you. Just as God does not force anyone. I say, now one hour to me say, for God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten son, that whosoever, and God the Lord should have said, this time that I've sent my only begotten son, if you don't accept him, I kill you immediately. But God gives us the choice. So I say, and can you imagine God sitting up in heaven when he has done all possible things that he can do to save mankind? And people decide, being sum Yesu, mes sum bonsam, ebeshi nyangopon, ebehano, he will not be happy, but he will not force the person to say, no, message me by Yesu di, jenudi, and yes, me chimukon and eyekun. God doesn't deal with us that way. And your conscience will be clear when you know that I presented the choices, alternative choices, and I made sure say I overloaded the good part, with more, and God will give you the wisdom. And again, remember, I said you backing it with prayers also, and sometimes with quotation from the Bible, but don't turn it into a Bible study. Isaiah 24, verse Ezekiel. Then Jesus also catch it away. Look, don't turn the counseling session into a Bible study as if you want to convince the person to choose to make the choice that you want. Back with prayer, ask the Holy Spirit to lead you. Even before you meet at the session, no one bumper, you say, here's all you're fasting, you're fasting for that person. So that a radical faumuna on backroom to me take a choice. The counseling is a serious business. Thank you very much. Any other?
Papa, Dr. Yosin here.
Yes, please, Dr. Yosin.
But me, say, Obama need time to make the decision, right? Say, and you say, during the session, and I said, we'll make a decision.
That be. In fact, Obama need time. Now, BBI, your short-term counseling, in your long-term counseling, in your referral, and so actually, we are looking at basic definitions, and you give the person the opportunity to go and take a decision. Not say until then decision I will take it. Ube worry so journey and ube worry me worry so journey. Until Yamaka want it in answer so journey and your quay. Musuba. No, you don't do that. You don't force the person to take. Or say, having been given all the alternative choices, I pray that the Lord will guide you as you go home and decide what you do. May the Lord himself be with you. Nama bompaye, nama pong. So we shall not counseling. No, why you be beer as a way. Nipa no sila problem na or that's room at BB about new complaint. Now so wait me a refer now. You can refer him or her to a senior person Or you can even make referral to a psychiatrist. Say, I will refer the person to see a clinical psychologist. And yes, where you are yourself in a crowd, but you can draw in some other aspects. And you have long-term counseling. And the NHS say, "Course will be a busian assembly, a busian pain, no assassin assembly, and no to be within 1 week. Now on so it can be long-term, kakra. But every counseling should end at a certain point. Otherwise, the people are dependent on you. When you call or no asaba, hey, catkiss, somewhere can no advice adman me go and I knew you. Then I mean, or no asaba, hey, Mako who know, no one say now, then they will be utterly dependent on you. None of your clients should be dependent on you. They should be able to go out and take their decision and face the decision. Once a while, they can come back for more, but and yet up and down. They say now about table tennis. Every counseling should begin from somewhere and should end somewhere. And no, actually, you do so. You better discuss. Thank you. Any other question? Can someone tell me a case situation be you be here sustaining as a goal? Can someone just cite an example?
Yo, Papa and Pacho, Prince Amwako.
Yo, Prince.
A situation of a couple, Pacho, and my sorry, as I'm
not just example.
A couple na they were on the verge of divorce. And who counselor no, and the counselor figured out a same way was beyond him.
Yes.
And what he did was or refer him say at least America had one good resource here, focus on the family. And they should call focus on the family and they will refer them to a local counselor in their area of Bebuao. So they did and it helped, but the counselor didn't wash his hands off. He kept following up with them, calling them, and by God's grace, they didn't do the divorce. They are still together. Their marriage is stronger, and looking back, they are happy they didn't go ahead with the divorce.
Yeah. Okay. And that's a good story, and I'm happy that it ended up. It didn't end up in divorce, but the other hearers, other students on the screen, where will you put this story? It's a very nice story of almost at the point verge of collapse of the marriage, but through some support, they are still married. Where would you place this?
Reconciling.
Okay. Yes. Obinsu Obibi are all can Fred. Now can be.
Reconciling now me babeka, yeah.
Yo, and this is a case of reconciling of a broken relationship that have been restored and they are moving on. But in sustaining, and go back to sustaining, I say helping a person to endure his situation where total restoration is impossible. And the total restoration is impossible. No, it's like when we divorce, and I overcome months much row. And I make way. Now, in fact, divorce in be they can still get back to marry. But fancy when we divorce na man no wako worry a African American be no oma wo too. Do you think that you go and reconcile them so that he will leave his new marriage and the children and the wife to come back to old one? It's impossible. Mpacho Matiasi.
That's right.
In that case, there is the sustaining, where total restoration is impossible. Can someone cite another example of sustaining? And he made that was in your or this story, but it's a very nice story.
Papa, one on a guiding, there was another couple, you know, our mom, they are married, they are happy, living in the same place. Okay. And then the husband, in you know, promotion, but they have to move. The job is in another town and another state. And the wife too was established into a kind of conflict, what they should do. I mean, because the man wanted the job so much, and the wife also wanted to stay. Yeah. So that, you know, my relationship or no, so yeah, that's one thing, you know. It'll be a catcher.
Yes. And a choice between Yanko new post na yemfi ha yefi ha nso a obey adwuma ebi ni baby ayeko no. And what do we do? And that is an example of choice. You stay hands a mami adwuma bekoso now so me promotion ni new advancement I may pay in my life no mirinya. And where do we go? Yenko transfer na yen stay ha. And when people are torn between two no guiding abua. Now sustaining to example on sustaining it may not be a real, but just imagine a situation. Yeah,
sustaining no to say obia walusu na juma ya fire no from the job until say obenya new job no you just want to help the person sustain through.
Yeah. Okay. But say obetumi another job. Assuming said that about how na nyamencha in your friend or phone so say your application has been considered. We want you to start work next week. That is good news for the person. But we cannot still say restoration is impossible.
Impossible. Okay.
So him says they say Trump. He's focusing on restarting the economy. Someone himself.
Yeah.
His focus is on the economy. Economy has broken down recession, but he can restart the economy. But almost 100,000. Do you think that they can all come back from the grave to go back to their homes?
No.
No. And the restoration of life is impossible. But for economy, you can restart it. You can get a job tomorrow and you move on. But we're talking about a situation where restoration is impossible. Underline the word impossible. A job, it's possible to get a job. Yes.
Baba, say so as any pana wa bra wa na wenye bi na wa akora na wu. The child is gone. Oh, maybe.
Yes. Until baby say restoring the baby is impossible. Yours is to work on sustaining so that the person can accept said niya to me now so like Job no erade de mind erade afa erade din na nshranka so the person can move on.
That's right.
You cannot bring the person back from the mortuary or from the grave. Restoration is not possible. And you aim at sustaining so that you help the person accept the situation and move on with life. But abofra we are or they needing or two needing Emmanuel not dear. Abofra no on some mebio. Obetumi asan wa abofra bi no atonidi Emmanuel, but and yet the same as we are one no Connecticut no. But you
That's right.
You and also be a yetwa ne nine obetumi abaka say me nine first na me a footballer am nya sika na yetwa me nine you cannot say so don't worry yembompa ye na nyame mfa nine no metua so ma wo well nyame de hwe nso ne ye when we say possible nyame de hwe nso ne yo hwe nso ne ye but humanly speaking
Yeah.
say ne nine no be free baby a yetwa beto so no that should not be something you will be aiming at. Why not be aiming at said, okay, may your counseling send your nine no baby I ya to no a baby so nyame betimi aye bibia but there are certain situations that you don't immediately aim at that. But you want say
Obinim betimi aye.
Obinim betimi aye, but I don't know je o refer no to obinim. But maybe I will New Jersey, no dear. Financial radinsa now say radio penye now so simple one fat and 9 between crowd. Buano na ontumin konanim na ontumin ye juma na onye happy in his life. Na mo wanye depressed na ono mon sunset me 9 conti they say me like a fine gentleman girls be pay me na san no money drugs and kwa no the ekunu. Madam Wasipa, I'm saying redu. Now me sorry, sir. Electricity interruption. This is the first time this thing has occurred, and my daughter too. At the same time, is having a very important interview with her supervisor, a PhD supervisor. Now, Omar marking to move on with her PhD work, and suddenly the devil struck the home. Internet now call off. Meanwhile, she has to be on the same time. I'm in we'll meet next time and we go into the actual processes of doing counseling. God bless you.
God bless you. There's a question before you go.
Okay, can tell me because I'm so peaceful, but like
I Papa principles now can say guiding person. In the ministry, will be the question. What will be the question? Me by now I will answer. Striking me to a question. Be say when a minister is to be transferred to a particular place. Now the spouse, and so ekita a particular kind of work. Because of the vow, minister not taking identity. I say we sing it to the tune of the master's singing. I dance it to the tune of the master's song. Now, the wife wants to the end and quite answer the answer. So in this case, now, where will it?
And once I want to take vow, no.
Yes.
You have prepared yourself and your family. Say, yen dear baby, I will dear baby a you
That's right.
And once that vow has been taken, and I say, hey, now be way all the inconveniences. It means that you have deceived or you've told a lie.
All right.
You have not shown commitment.
Okay.
Pamchomonim say, Okoye soja. Unim say, a bit in about say, Dubeko war front. Unim say. And they say, I will take barracks, now will take BMW in your mind, have the understanding, say, a maybe beba between a basse, a because Fifi, park your BMW, war be about Afghanistan, cop. Pachonim, sir. And this a merino doer, and nothing because, hey, I don't almost mean Afghanistan, but now you took the vow 10 years ago. Say, may soldier, baby, a best man be, I'm ready to die for my country. God help me. And we always remind people of their vows, ordination vows. You said this. Why are you now turning? Hey, the vow you took, as in Bibia, say, Uwomukra meko. And the other now do a Jumana excuse.
Right.
In fact, me here, Clark, I had so many of these issues, but sometimes we have to deal with it in a humanitarian, pastoral way. Yeah. Now, I can say, okay, we read Juma. A woman said, you are going against your ordination vow. But saying your emphasis conflict in you were the one who went to Trinity, not your wife. Until we give consideration, kakra. But anka once I take it vow, it affects you and your family and everything. Said, there be a best man be a meko mukura meko. I shall tell you, and that is the Christian vow. The Christian vow says, "Medi Yesu echi, mukura metna se ama ewu ama u Yesu. Mi wo metiasi o me yewo de o Yesu mano da fotono. Mo kai sa yo. Eradin come home. Em say bi didi akọ. Papa no lesson. We'll meet again and then we'll carry on from there. God bless you.
Thank you.
Bless you.
Thank you so much.
God bless you. Thank you. Class captain, Pacho, the Papa Asimaya, Papa Steven. Pacho, the Papa Asimaya.
Yeah, Papa, Ayete-Nyampong, where that's a pa, and Yama watcher, assume we, and yet, young dream, and quick, sa, internal, that's it. Pacho, Yamen count, na, cost more.
You, amen.
Amen.
God bless you. And I'm not giving you any particular assignment, but go through and one casa share examples of cases that follow under the different goals. Why? God bless you. We'll meet again next week. Bye.